Here is another framework and model to do the stakeholder analysis. Salience model. This is based on 3 factors: power, urgency, and legitimacy. Based on the combination of these factors, we can differentiate the stakeholders and their behavior. Once we understand the behavior patterns and traits, we can manage the communication and interest of each stakeholder to ensure they are onboarded in our work and success. Dormant stakeholders. They have power but not urgency or legitimacy. Thus the manager should be aware of them, but there is no need to plan for their communication needs. Many dormant stakeholders are important stakeholders, but don't see an urgency in what we are offering. We need to list them and track them from time to time. Discretionary stakeholders. They are legitimate but have no power or urgency. Their communications need may be in the form of actually asking for some details. They may not need much attention. We will find many such stakeholders who have the right type of information for our strategy and plan. These resources normally don't help in the actual implementation, but we need to ensure that we gather the required information in them time to time. Demanding stakeholders. They are with urgency and their needs have to be met when asked for. These resources understand their power of purchase and, if the need arises, take decisions quickly and swiftly. Such stakeholders need to be addressed on priority with much needed attention. In case we miss out to handle, it may impact us and our work negatively. Their expectations would be urgent and we need to ensure we don't overcommit. Taking a risk with such stakeholders should be avoided. Dominant stakeholders. Power and legitimacy overlap in this case. Dominant stakeholders have legitimacy and authority. Their communication needs must be taken into account. These stakeholders are dominating in nature. They expect a response, attention to the desired outcome. In case of anything missing, they will make the situation worse. Such stakeholders are normally handled with care by senior stakeholders from our side. They need commitment and they would expect commitment to be fulfilled as per expectations. They have logic and quality of the work at top of their priority. Dangerous stakeholders. These stakeholders have a dangerous mix of power and urgency. This combination of power and urgency makes them very useful for the welfare of the project, therefore their needs must be met. Such stakeholders carry the maximum risk of negative impact. We may find these resources to be having power with urgency. We may find door closure in case we dissatisfy such stakeholders. Here be more proactive, transparent in communication and don't overcommit. Dependent stakeholders. They are legitimate and have the urgency but do not have commensurate power. Keep them informed as they could be of help when you need to leverage their strengths in navigating the organization's complexities. Definitive stakeholders. The most important area in this model, where the power and legitimacy converge and gets combined with the ability to get urgency from the organization. The most critical category of stakeholders. And are always to be kept informed, satisfied, involved. With various models and possible analysis of stakeholders, we can identify and map the stakeholders in the right way to engage them in our process and success. I hope you like these models and analysis. Go and give a try to identify and map the stakeholders today. Managing, engaging, and leveraging your company's stakeholders is an essential part of building your business. Your team, investors, and partners offer input, resources, experience, and networks that will help you grow. Stakeholders are still human, and it's important to develop a variety of soft skills when managing them. In addition to providing them with the information that they need to make critical decisions, you also must be willing to work with them and help manage their emotions. Stakeholder relationship management is a complex skill, which needs to be developed over time. It's a part of being a successful entrepreneur and running a successful startup and will build relationships that can carry over from business to business as an entrepreneur moves on. When managing stakeholders, it's important not to get too wrapped up in the idea of management. Managing your stakeholders is about managing your relationship with your stakeholders, not managing the stakeholders themselves.